did the farmers market reserve the park so it's all restricted area?
Yeah.
So are those seats?
Yeah, the whole park is restricted area. Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
What?
Because I fill out an event permit and reserve the park and then these 2 streets.
I heard that so in order to like restrict this area, you have to have like a it has to be either signs posted or you have to have like a tent or you have to use the space.
Yes, I am using all of these spaces.
So this space that I'm sitting in,
yes.
What is it being used for?
It is reserved with the Prairie nursery school right here.
Okay. And how?
That is the the entire thing is reserved as part of the entire thing. I fill out an event permit.
Yeah.
So you can contact the clerk's office on Monday, but I have an event permit for this entire park.
I heard, yes, and I also heard that, so the permits, there's 2 kinds. One is a closed permit and one is a public permit. And from what you advertise is that the farmers market is open to the public.
Then you have to pay $25 to be here as a vendor, like everyone else.
And then, so non-commercial fundraising, like
yes,
educational fundraising.
Yeah, we have one nonprofit booth a week.
Yeah.
And that is them this week. So you have to reserve a booth.
Okay, well, they are a nonprofit organization.
Yeah.
I am not paid. I'm not registered with the government. I am a non-commercial fundraiser. So I have a constitutional right to solicit for donations.
Okay, I can contact our attorney if you'd like me to.
Yeah.
But she has given me advice that if anyone that is not permitted, is not a market vendor or has a reserved booth, cannot be in this area. You are welcome to stand on the sidewalk out there or over at the city hall, but not in this area.
Your attorney told you that?
Yes.
Did you ask her about non-commercial?
It's the city attorney.
The city attorney?
City attorney.
Did you ask them about the non-commercial fundraisers?
You're welcome to contact her if you would like, but as of now, my attorney has advised us that no one other than other than market vendors are allowed to be here because I have reserved this entire space.
Yeah, I think they lied to you.
They did not lie to me. You're going to have to leave, or I will have to call the police, or I will have to call...
Let's call them. Because I know it's a constitutional protected activity. Holy crap. So, in order to reserve the park, you have to use the space for a purpose. So, this space is not being used by anybody. This little square area, and people are sitting, as you can see, and enjoying the park on those benches. And if they're allowed to do that, if those people are allowed to sit on those benches for any purpose, if that's their freedom, then, and it's not reserved, then they also could express themselves. So those people could sit there and ask anybody who sat there for donations. So just because I'm holding a sign doesn't change the fact that anybody sitting on a park bench there, or there could ask the person sitting next to them, hey, do you want to help out with a fundraiser? So this particular spot is no different. So it's like this woman is telling me that she can control the things those people right there say to each other. So if that lady drinking coffee right now asked the lady next to her, hey, do you want to help me with a fundraiser? The woman over there just told me that would be illegal. That would be against their permissions. Now, you can't control what people say. You can't control what people ask others in a public anywhere. So the only way you can stop somebody from asking those questions, asking for donations while sitting on that bench, is if you block them from entering that space. So you'd have to stop that lady from being able to sit on that bench in order to stop her from asking someone while sitting on that bench for a donation. And this chair is no different. So you have to block the area. You have to block the area off. So as long as it's the vendors and the tents are over there, you see? So the streets are publicly accessible. This is where you can speak. It's a traditional public forum. The tents are restricted area. So if I were to set this up where they have a tent, or where there's a tent is supposed to be, then that would be against violation of their permit. So that's what she went to the county, to the clerk, to get a permit, so that she could block the streets. She could put tents in certain places along the street, and that's what she got the permit for, and to stop people from harassing any harassment or any complaints. So if someone were to complain that, hey, the street is blocked off, she could tell them, I have a permit to do this. So that's what the city permit is for, to protect her from complaints from people who are driving in traffic, people who live nearby, businesses nearby. So if there's a business over there that's like, hey man, how are my customers gonna get here? They can't park on the street, they can't get around here. The businesses can't complain because a lady went and got a permit to host this event right here, right now. And that's what, I think that's her right there. But that's what the permit is for. To protect businesses. Oh, protect the farmers market from businesses. So I'm not a business, I'm a non-commercial fundraiser. So everything I do is outside, it's a freedom at all times. So it is a freedom. So my point is, you're supposed to be able to fundraise in a public park at all times. So this is what they call a traditional public forum, this entire area. So unless this area is cordoned off or used for a purpose of the farmers market, she can't just say the entire area is farmers market, preserved for the farmers market in restricted area, unless there's a specific purpose that space is used for. So every area she says is cordoned off has to be used for a purpose. And she fills that out on her permit. On her permit, she'll tell the clerks what exactly that space is going to be used for. And if she can't come up with a reason, she can't reserve that space, restrict that area of the park. This is why they ask what areas are going to be used for what purpose. Because they have to share the space. It's a traditional public forum, and the space has to be shared. At all times. The ultimate goal is to share the space at all times. That's the goal. So the clerks, the people who built the parks expect the space to be shared, unless it's needed for a specific purpose, and you fill out a permit and you explain exactly how much space you need and why. So I don't see this area blocked or tents or vending areas or anything like that used for a purpose. So, I mean, it's open. This is open. That was open. This was open. This space was open. Those things were lined up on the other side, like this, when I got here. And they have their space. So I think I should be okay. But let's see. Oh, it doesn't matter. It's a traditional public forum unless she changes it by restricting the area for a purpose. Restricting the area and fulfilling a purpose. So let's find out. Hello. So you have to restrict this area, remains a traditional public forum where freedom of speech is protected at all times. So asking for donations for non-commercial purposes in a public park is a freedom of speech. You're free to ask people to help you build something. You are not free to ask people for money to start a business or for business purposes today or tomorrow. That's essentially, it may look, it doesn't, that's all I'm doing. I'm asking people to help me build something for educational purposes. And that's a freedom. You can always ask people for help. Anywhere, pretty much anywhere. And they can't block free speech during an event, but they can block the area. But you would need to close this park off from the public, and that requires a different permit.